Yeah, assalamu alaikum. Mbadingolu mbali konton konte jula ala baraka for joining. Alal hakotu nyede. Ngana kamera nyinton. Mr. Kante also, you're welcome. Guy Famo Keta, Njai. Bina Rajan Kotanke Puru Ngakacha or a few burning issues, many alanko Ebekir in the Bangkok, and I think the most pressing one is the Omuning constitution mediation on it. But if common farm keta, but you know manke, cool siata, hajol siata, and it's but manina nyola. Janimbe that rokelambe alta laman so tentu laman zaba, the Almighty Allah. May sembo dinna pour ayenso sima ne jata kende ani harje frigo Ismaila Njai also baraka seni marong ala baraka for joining me nga ala tentu ala tella man so me sembo dinna ayenso sima ne jata kende ani harje frigo for bi finance futa nyoman se nyoso hakilola comme meta fala le nyamen na banko la jarta nyala andum Bankole atinna mbe kal diamol kela mbukal kachal kela hajol se siya nyaw nyarande nyama nimbota altalla man so tentola nsina tul fanan tento tul lamoy lalu bawo lamoy lalu jama wala fon hakilo diatantul men ka diam ndol dol ka wulle drong si drong we have something in our head ngonga na nga futande bar nga futande tul men fawolma loki lamin abaraka nga futande tul men fawma tul le fon hakilo diatan tolti tul le intelligent and tolti wala yatin na fang fon sal tentu drong pour kala time mo men di pour kala moy na saka bi dimas lu mbala mi alon ko dimaso kany omu resting deleti caponiente thank you badingolu ku jamal le be kering gambe ko comme ka fu nyamen takala be fo non ta be sen kan nola ba time mo man soto bari ni watin kono diya molu membe kering je wala mun na constitutional draft constitutional mediation Sona Mariama Baraka. Good afternoon. The mediation of the draft constitution is the hottest topic in our country today. Adiamol besiari. But the jama Gambia menke ke problemoti kanyina kunun na men tambita no kunun. Nimbe bi kono ndolo katra concentrate bile kono baran kanyina kunun na. Bawo ni draft constitution o jiben bi men ka fo wala nyinti ko kabringi tata Nigeria na opposition leaders all tata Nigeria near the trend ya analyze ya korosi the strategy and the messaging that they are bringing messaging men samba kanna wala nyinti ko alinga barola wisnyin diala ninga la wisnyin diala then to December nga vote out. Because we cannot afford to go to the election without a new constitution. This is the messaging they are trying to bring. And they are doing this for a purpose. And because Ninga Koros is in a political landscape auto, Yusu Nyang, thank you. Good afternoon. Ninga na landscape or political landscape on Jibeng. Iba ajelele komenko I'm sorry to say, but nga kon manol sotole na political system o kono saying. Nga molu soto jele meni yalon ko do ku nyinin nal lemuti. nga more so in the political atmosphere economy they just want to be ministers. They just want to work in government and just want to go and just be traveling the government and in goodies all. Lamin camera, welcome. Doli political parties all form ya form dalilo tron nakam because yalla nako hanin dunia la dunia ka wolte it election or win. And hani atra misal itata parliamentary election or they will not have a single seat in the parliament. More many yalonko. They just want to seek for relevance. Some of them will not be political party will form Jani election of the political party Jamal Jela. Simply because they are banging on the hope coming menka for Gambia there is no single party member election or winner. Particularly now at 50%, 50+%. Election or winning, I cannot guarantee that. Alasan by saying welcome. But in Yantala Hakiloto, because in Nigeria, the information the almost all the opposition political parties agreed Purka Balora Wisdiala 15 years ruling, Purko di Barola, so that it's a constitutional sort of. And according to our information, Soto Komenko, Moluko United Democratic Party will agree. So now in a message men na wole binaka wole nyindiko, hey, let's trust the Gambian people. Let us make sure nga barola wisnyin diala ning election city in December nga baro nsa baro defeat, then we can have our country back on track. Ali training cross, Ali cross for the next 1-2 weeks, Janiba for Jonathan Binafo after Jonathan, Membeter la Foka, Wole better la Foka. There are a lot of good things in the constitution. Who can the Jamal the constitution okono? You know? So on the phone la simply because Barola wish of 15 years. Mbadingon. Some of those political leaders they are afraid. It's silly because you feel the comment on constitutional manso. It's all a mirror lot on tola analysis on Kamenja Wolam Yindiko. Ekaja le comenko political party dole beje mi alonko was a win both ways. As a win by a simple majority, but it la hope and wish munine the Wolam Yindiko. No, it's a win 50+1. So that means instead of simple majority winning in stop, we have to create an atmosphere where there will be a coalition. The new coalition will start. Everybody is angling for a ministerial post. Yenana Bankota ya ransom common in coalition or in Menka because new coalition since 2016. The good part of it is Yaya Jammeh is gone. But what have the government done to the Gambian people? Na Loptano it became worst. Na hospitals became worst. Mansila Kendall so na communication na education system. Na food price, the ordinary food Gambian men domola family men fanka produce Gambia kono. It is a problem for Gambian family all sang. So the only good thing I mentioned about this coalition, with all due respect, Yahya Jammeh, it's a big thing, it's a good thing. I like it, I love it. So, but these small political parties are now trying to angle for another coalition whereby they can keep on banging on political ministerial positions and lucrative government positions. This is what is coming in. And by messaging in Startler, I told you how they are going to do it. And all because United Democratic Party no. Let the draft constitution come back to the House of Parliament as it was decided or engaged or discussed by the Gambian people. Neanother, the House of Parliament can send this draft constitution to the Gambian people in a referendum for the Gambian people to decide. So, but it's all a message in any case, Mbaro win in December. So we should not worry about even this Barola 15 years. In fact, mbe menkela wala nyindiko nga keto in the constitution comme ko term limits e ka understand then ninga term limits sol kaje den December nga baro ba at 10 years of amata sutla sako 15 years mbadi ngol mbe nyinin karo menkela itoli mun garantie le soto ka fo comme ko December mbe baro win moli mun garantie le soto ka fo ko December baro be lose la yes ningo garantie fanan soto mi alon ko be alata la man solo bulu political party mom political party do ndol believe la comme ko ba win but even in tolu hani United Democratic Party the guarantee is in Allah's hand amanta mo bulo kono politics is very fluid. There could be changes any minute. So nin kumembe wonyama iko to le Gambian ol trust le so barola nyin 15 years o nga barola wisnyin diala then December sa baro win yo guarantee so but money tinna it is the same people ol trust la with a referendum because constitutional building is a process. The president cannot create a constitution, cannot give us a constitution. Only the National Assembly cannot give us the constitution. The final destination of a constitutional building is the referendum. That is the Gambian people, the citizens of the country. These are the only people, they have the right to decide. By participating in a referendum, they are going to endorse the referendum, the constitution, draft constitution or not. So ni ngata misalve altul trust aliye Gambian lo trust ko December because ngamo Dr. Ismaila Sisalal andung ngamo I see one of the MPs Cisse of GDC today he wrote in a Facebook Facebook post keleko the retroactivity of Barrow's term should not stop us from getting a constitution. Let us be flexible. Let us make the retroactivity as a past thing, and we go to December and win. Mr. MP, and in Dr. Cisse fango inte disappointed la quarter baba tele. Because Kabirin Dr. Cisse nyol bina the CA campaign the more like what they are telling us we are going to do a different political system. This is what CA and the people are trying to preach us. And really, this is what I expected. But my first disappointment not what I mean Kabin Dr. Cisse tata birka mayo garambu baldu garambu men fangala ta fang man comfortable akon abo garambu koyma ba kono be doyar nga kono am comfortable. This is where ngalong Dr. Cisse is also I may be wrong. But it's I nin constitutional building the final destination of a referendum and referendum of Gambian people will like participate. Ning ata misalve atulube Gambian ol trust la ko December they are going to defeat why don't we the draft constitution parliament is people to decide. Gambian people will go. Barrow has to rule for 100 years. It's not a problem. That is not a problem. Ning Gambian people will go. Barrow will always until man agreeing draft constitutional. It's okay. Ni agree to ya accept ya approve. It's okay. So it's the same Gambian people. Why do we only have to think about December and we don't think about the long term? Ko December nga win. Gambian only abuti. But the same Gambians fan the constitutional draft constitutional approval. Mbadingol alkana song nyim political party ndingol ye mol na ye mol bembazul ye mislead. Wala nanko ala mira history la. Because history nanga history noma aje history ka molu karandile puru ngam pare sama kamala. Wo kaka nyadile wolem ko Adama Barrow ning Adama Barrow winter 2021 this year December now winter. What guarantee to longa menso the kafu komenko? In fact, there will not be any term limit in this constitution. Because nobody can tell us komenko constitution or near danyama nyenetala wala nyama for ila yomi dini hani. Ni America la constitution or han America la constitution or meya jive. I changes jamal lesoto and every country la constitution ka changes also. So ntolu ndolebe barola wis dilala this with the hope coming ko December mba winnale, and we can as well go to December and not win. So mbe mune expect la but I ngata history to ba mune atin na Gambian opposition political parties will nyanta sacrifice like a barola wis diala and baro what has baro to sacrifice. Hey Gambia ndolenga baro bondi nang from nowhere mbe ngajele 2016 baro hanaka dendiko men dunga akolo bebe norin ni baro lan taloji at that time fay ka discourage le nga baro bondi nang from that condition nga samba na nga kodolu bondi nga niel la nga kodolu bondi nga kodolu kafun kafun no nga na fulol kafun kafun nyoma ka baro wini. This is our hope. This is our hope. Baroeta Gambia Bay round, he went around the whole nation, promising the whole nation, I am going for 3 years, and after 3 years transition, I will not even contest the election, but I will conduct a free and fair election in the Gambia. Anybody who wins can take the country in the right direction. That is the first promise Barrow gave us to the Gambian people. A transition of 3 years. And he is not even going to contest election after these 3 years. Did he fulfill that? No. What did he say? Ako, constitutional amendment 5 years. Yes, Tonyalem. When a president is voted, it's 5 years. Because I have always believed, if there was a signed contract by the coalition in 2016, even that contract, somebody can take that contract to the Supreme Court, to the law courts of our country, and argue that Barrow has to resign. Because he signed a paper that he is going to lead us for 3 years. Another 5 years, let me agree to 5 years term. When that 5 years term was signed by Barrow, I believe Paboy Morgan, welcome. New constitutional Nimbaro contract on sign 105 years lem. Namira at this moment more get right from sort lefang Kabaro Samba court, Kai Pur Court ya decide, Supreme Court ya decide for Baronian to resign the Leban Fat Monian resign. But will be monkey or better. I'm promised 3 years la. I have failed. I could 5 constitutional okay. 5 years now, I'm failed of an after election because I promise he is not even going to contest much more. Momin Yalonko is not going to contest, will not form his political party. I failed. Instead of 5 years, now Barrow is thinking of 10 years. After bonding them from that condition where Barrow was and his family. Nganana Murukotenka, we are paying him 200 or more than 200,000 Gambian dollars. More than $200,000 in Kawo Joy. $150,000 every day. We're making him to fly with the private jets. We are feeding him. We are paying even his clothes. Boy, Barrow in the promise Kenya, he failed all those promises. So now Barrow insisted for us to have a constitution, 15-year term, hey, this is very insulting, people of the Gambia. One of our transition pillars, new constitution for the Gambian people. That is hanging, that is taken to ransom by Barrow just because he wants to rule for 15 years. And that 15 years is not even guaranteed because the first election is not even done. Gambian people will sacrifice, we have sacrificed a lot. Taking a poor man from a poor life and making him a president of that country. Without any qualification. Education-wise, financial-wise, Barrow has not contributed nothing, nada. Nada. Gambian people will sacrifice or bake. Ye bondi bankoto, ye samba sango sando. All the promises we the Gambians have done for Barrow, we have delivered it. We have delivered it. Barrow has never fulfilled any promise to us. Saya Kanalo, 15 years, constitutional is hanging on that, taking us at ransom. Ndolfananga political party solo miya lanko nye trust. People like Dr. C, people like Mai Fati, people like Mama Kande. My friend. Ndolanga ni mole men trust because the other political parties, wolu manke political parties. Wolu manke political parties. No all men fan trust thinking that people like particularly Dr. Cisse, as young as he is, as intelligent as he is, akakuma kangul men for moliye ntoliye. Wena na lokala hope nyimbe banka for komenko. We have to accommodate. He did the Gambian people for nothing since he came to power. Everything Barrow has, everything that is happening is the Gambian people who are doing it for Barrow. Barrow the situation on to lenga kai. Aka film for an incident to lenga kai with the Gambians. Money at in the Barrow to compromise no like for Comenco, let me lead 10 years. And the logic also is this. Another logic for Nambeje wala mnyentiko. Money at in Barrow Buffalo Comenco, he is a transitional president. Ni attract ni more because not Dr. Cisse Fanamuelako, one of the pillars of our transition. Ndoluman transition because transition in May it and the Wallam Yeniko 3 years. A 3 years transition program. Saim Baroko, he is going to be a constitutional and executive president. What other transition is he talking about? When the transition is 3 years and you refuse to accept that, Ye Banko accept, Eco 5 years, because if you'll dismiss the ministers, you'll appoint people. What that means there is no transition again. And now you insist come and go it like 4 or 5 years or make a transition on. And the opposition parties are telling us come and go, we have to accommodate him. In December, mba win. Salamu alaikum bari muso. Mune yatin nyanta Barrow accommodate. Mune yatin na Barrow is taking us for a ride. Mune yatin na opposition leaders who left the country disappoint. Mune yatin na constitutional building will be decided by our political parties. Mune yatin opposition political parties will decide la komenko constitution or Barrow 15 years nyanta kila jele. Mune yatin na they will not call the draft constitution without even a single changes to the House of Parliament, and the House of Parliament send it to the people of the Gambia in a referendum for the Gambian people to decide. Mbadingul. Nimbaro fango believe the komenko Gambian people are behind him. Nimbaro e wole mi komen Gambian at support the Gambia. Mune yatin na za referendum. At least he can test his popularity. Otombe mem folali e wolem nyintiko. And maybe any message on because the other political parties will tell Lamuela. But my political party, United Democratic Party, ndela wismu mumenti wolem the Gambian people I respect. Let him respect us. Because Ntolu, Gambianol, in draft constitution on the taxpayers' money, they get $116 million. Or boarding cola, CRC, Ntolu Gambianol, Gambian, the National Assembly Institute. Barrow and his people, because cabinet meeting told this constitution should not pass. And this is exactly what Barrow did. He advocated with his members of parliament, Mia Alonko, those betrayers from UDP, many UDP betray, and he agreed to put a constitutional year 5 band. The Gambian people and the opposition political parties, Ntolman draft constitution on Ntolma ditch into the hole. It is Barrow and his sycophants. So let them bring it back. ya murundi nang to the National Assembly and let the Gambian people decide. 4, a comma should be changed or a dot should be changed. Gambian people will decide lambadingol. Alinkana song baro ye yab sanjin nani Adama Barrow present Adama Barrow bentol feaka gaminol feaka. Nka moment danyini nka feto fata nka kurango diala nga bungo diala. Mbadingol Barrow bentol feaka ne ndolla loptano lu fele hani ambulance kendo lu bugataraji. Barrow la political parties ay Barrow ye energy même fango use pour political perpetuation. Nayo energy la di even security for succeed. Barrow ye moto jël la sang pour NPP. Itata Gambia daoda ini NPP moto se bengi. Na police ma moto so. Na soldier ma enough moto so. Na lopital ma enough moto so. Na immigration ma enough moto so. Mbadingol. Anu Barrow ko mu demandingol ti da ko man fenje folo. Million be spend la. Pour atabe ava fam perpetuer la politique ko na nyame. Mbading sa draft constitution of na political opposition parties all they wanted to sell us. Can't sell. Adama doesn't want anything to change because Adama doesn't know how those things could be done. At all, I'm all long. Nancy he doesn't know nothing. He doesn't want to change. He's just pretending. He is just pretending. Gambia no nalu cha hunter. Alkon to leben Adama Baromba bula la ngala wisnyin diala la ngamunya for December nga election okay. Billahi wallahi talla Adama Barobe kula la Gambia kan. Janning Gambia gami la yomi dini nata nyina. Because Adama Barrow knew winter in December 2021. Gambia as a country, you can forget it. That is finished. Well, it's finished. Adama Barrow be moneke kan Gambia. Molu buka baluo fango mo Gambia kono mo problem wol. Molu buka karam munjo fango soto no. Adama be million le sikala abadi la mol. Abe motol sikala men cost 1 million abas more than 1 million abas sikala abadi la mol. Just because alien support. When students all be karam moto in universities and Gambia colleges and high schools. Imam pare wol manko do soto fam pour be le school fi solo jola men. Mbadingol. Musu kono malo be fala say ni kono mata katra tayrin drum because be fala lo men e malo wala ñinde ni tata lo tano lo men kendo lo naji fo fro lo be naji musolo ka fa because they want to give life e la fata hadama di ngola bulu e ka tano ro borol tiji kunun jannam halal hakotuñi kunun jannam be chronicle headline do jiben iko the biggest hospital in the Gambia Edward Francis lacks basic things borol mantal lopanot nothing nete je fennete je mol bital lopanot be fala ibuka boro soto nin ko do tebulu etela mol jaranol nin ko do tebulu ni kurante fa Adama Barrow be moto le sikala ni moto hani Adama Barrow la convoy fa na finita lo convoy jibe moto jelle be je moto katra blad nyono ma men sita ko moto keme you can understand wolu be kanana do mo kana munena kanana wolu ka isan so men fa ngo be consume hani yo kafu nyoma fa yeta is a student soul tal is a student soul many students is a sponsor wala scanning machine le men katra jang pour que musu kono mal scan ni le muso wuluda to Europe janneto ila muso kono so Europe janneto every month abita scanning nan was scanning machine nga doctor nyinin ka kabirna muso kono bala konye ko this is costing about 100,000 Swiss francs 100,000 Swiss francs ni musol tata was scanning machine you see everything muso kono dindingo be je nyaaw nyal ni nyam you see everything 100,000 Swiss francs moto men bebe NPP bulu baroko motol men sam pour NPP how many of that machine ne bo kono ning ata misal fa Gambia kanu ala fata kuka Gambia then he would have sacrificed those things. Or ni masinol ni scanning masinol for pregnant women, CT scanners all, endoscopy scanners all. Well, better no problem all to Gambia. Scanning machines for cancer scanning detection machine all. They are not costing millions. But Barrow will spend millions and millions and millions of dollars just vehicles for his political perpetuation, and he refused to do security reform. The state house the presidency is in control of a foreign troops. National security is at risk. Problem will be container na drug container na muta banko kang be as a food till 10 more than 1 month. And president law can acknowledge amawoke mbadingol political opposition political parties Dr. Cisse and the crew al control to bina barole accommodate la at left men ngo diala alfanam niaje na molu be fala nyim ba kono niaje be kala immigrantol to European bankol kan is all because na banko man wo bankol men ndol kata ndol be sabata nyim bankol men kan kata immigrant yalla bankol men kan fali ya mi da fo alale man do ku ke ifon le wulta ye sacrifice ta I wasata I do ku ke itamu menti kada woleto ikejo menna karo yemen do ko ikawala so de ke fam plan wala ko ni fam manager ko ni la family BP la te mbe bamba mas la Facebook account a story build me alonko is costing millions of dollars iko jumala tamu mi alonko même mu stock pate menka ba adama barola waño la material la ka menka domorol ni fenglu or control wala tamu building what ni wala salary jibe ni ala salary jibe nala salary tamita dala so wuli lula oto aya katal wala bita bunjango la bunjango mi yalonko do ko ga fa amo bonni lono mbadi won alfana ala fo adama baroye bang ay sacrifice bang ay menken na akanyantale saying I'm promise ko men na ay bang fulfill asiyatale saying na en to la banko le kanu dol nata be denta banko men na yo banko le kanu at least this last sacrifice I draft constitutional summon back to the parliament without any changes. I have members of parliament yoko aligning vote to the referendum. Gambian only are decide. Ni Gambian only come beside the sanji keme inse siji. Ni come beside the sanji fula inse siji inse da word. Mbadi won. Alfana. Ni a mayor work staff me along ko wole be president or officer to puruntol. But it's not doubt. Nim president $150,000 is every day. My friend, men be maraling ala baluol ma because Gambia men kan defal Gambia la cold. Gambia no ya mi ko men ko corruption is a right. Pour que corruption no ke tu ya ko right. La nim misal ve moment tata do ko la sanji kile no e bunjang lo wala mo barakamat. Wala mo barakamat wala mo kendot wala mo dinkendot. We have done a lot of things for Adama Barrow. Please, opposition parties all mbal danila alay anala kilae. Allow for Adama Barrow, let him bring our draft constitution back to the parliament. Yeah, some referendum. Gambian, at least for once, I Gambian Lubunya. At least for once, I Gambian respect. Anu Adamako, Gambian Yakanula. So what is the problem? What is the problem? Draft constitutional to the referendum. Yataman draft constitution, let him campaign against the draft constitution in the referendum. Let him tell the Gambian people to vote the draft constitution down. And many draft constitution support, they can campaign for the draft constitution. Then we have more problems with the anyway, but in a memoir, what I'm to be agreed to, but phones understand. Was voted out. He should sacrifice and give us, at least respect us. But Bitu, the ball is in the court of the oppositions. I wish yaje komen ko nyanta intulukaji nyame gameno le yaji nyame. No but je net second topic ko be kala mendi wala mu PPP la saga. Badi ngolo yala komen kamen fotron hanisa wala nyindi ko gameno ntuluka nyina history la le. Kumu menkete tumanjala is very abhorrent, is very disgusting and very disgraceful. But you see, I'm under surprise on two things. Analysis kela wala kan. Kuma follow wala mnyintiko. A minister like OJ Jallo, nda believe ta men na komenko. Wala those are the corrupt ministers from the PPP regime. Wala le PPP tinya, wala le Gambia mansakunda la failure samanang. Nda believe ta wala. Nda believe ta wala. So ni wol be in charge nin kolu kunta wol dalta menna golo Dubai egg sulo obuka selo bay bimbe makalo ko jiwa ko sulo fama ko yalo même problème da ko ka jidi sulo la wonte problème de barka ji poto jitaram poto ka muta sulo bulu wala mo problème waga ka problème won ba sulo baka selo bay de biko ni ji jitaram poto nyin diala ji diala na nata be min na fa no be sella santol ite be duma hite jiya diala damanta amura do hiya aka sele santo le folo na sel de santo bitu mo ite bo muta labul nyaadi bari nga mem fodron wala nyindi ko history nying what happened to Tumanja yesterday is exactly what happened to Bakari Bunja Dabo last PPP Congress. These people ya Bakari Bunja Dabo ya doya ya disgrace ya belittle ya buy out of the party. Just all by cheating. Munamomi yalanko to select a party leader or election actually cheating kaoto. How do you expect from wolbe real electoral support la nyadi? No wonder yafonyo ko oje nyol leketa multi many yalanko we were told that oje nyol cross-border registration introduced in our country. Ni electoral binasi leta mo registration from Casamas. Last Congress. Among Kumbo at that time, this doesn't mean that Common Call left the Menketa Tumanjala Diatanyela. No, but this is the reason for her. People have to stand for fairness, people have to stand for justice. It doesn't have to matter who is the victim. Ning injustice be caring, ning unfairness be caring, ning moral rights will be abused. Every decent human being, particularly Nibota Kalama, you should cry loud. Yaka Bibi Dabola la Tumanjai was there. We didn't Mantumanjai Kumbo Kaumwewoto. To them at that time it was fine. Ning Kumbo Ning cry me baby kick on Facebook. Mawol Jenung Kabin when it happened to Bakar Bunja Dabo. Muniatin never happened to Bakari Bunja Dabola and it is normal, and you expect Komenko it will not happen to anybody, somebody else in the future. A person who is ready to abuse people's right has no boundary and no personality. When he does it to one person, he will do it to another person. And he will do it and do it again. Tuma should have known better. But problemo momenti PPP, the PPP today, wolumam PPP la history ima wole long. I one time commented in one of the posts of a gentleman about Tuma. Nko Tuma and others should go and learn the history of PPP. Near history, PPP la history karang. Then they will be able to know how they are going to take care of PPP. But they don't know the history. PPP patiyamu People's Protectorate Party leti fula flota walla. Santon call la party. Because at that time, the politics is controlled by the urban area, Banjul and the surrounding. The jobs and education and everything was centralized in the urban areas. At that time, election, the people out in the provinces were not even considered as citizens because they could not even vote in the election to decide the government they wanted to be administered for. By what time more, the Prime Minister and the political leaders are all voted by the urban people, Banjul and the surrounding, not the far surrounding, the immediate surrounding. This is the time our fathers like Sanjali Bojang, Famara Wasa Ture Nyolu, to call the few. With education, they wake up and says, no, this is not going to happen. We are not going to tolerate the Jutunaya, PPP, Patiolota, Jutunaya, Bondo, wala Kang. Kontolubere into Bankola, the country belongs to all of us. Whether you are in the capital city, or you are in Sarabojo, or you are in Badibunjaba Kunda, the country belongs to all of us. People like Sanjali Bojang, Famara Wasature, and other people decided, no, it will not happen like this. At those days, Motolu mantra carrying, according to history. Motolu mansia, ye fole soul say kafamena angale nunta kafana ankale fole soul. Because there are two types of bicycles. Bicycle do like a from France, Wolmunian Simmesel, do like a from England, you know, Wolmunian Simbal, the Kafol Nakebal Kafol ankale fole soul. Ye wolel tie selta fole soul koto, ye Gambia bay round, ye went around the Gambia. Kata santo la kaji komenko no. Alkana song B. Momo sabal ko nyade alkana song. PPP sort of wala kono. And they decided to identify Jawara. I'm sorry to say, but Jawara I wafile nak. I wafile nak. Ye Jawara tombo wala nyama PPP nata wala nyama. Kabringa meta eko People's Progressive Party. Again, mang PPP and history in long two manjai. You will always have a disappointment. I'm very sorry what happened to you. I was very angry yesterday about what happened to you. But this is exactly what happened to Bibi Dabo last year. And Mankumbolo Moy. So this is why it is repeated. Maybe Ilanyun Kumbo or Fasakul change tomorrow. But this is it. Gambia alinga history long. Gambia alinga law na country. Gambia alinga for Adam Barrow na constitutional muruna by hook or by hack. Mbekacha dan la jannato. Famo ke danyo mbadan la janna for watido. Ala baraka baka mbadi ngo alman sola kairola alma banko tankala alma banko sola kairola. Ala o mari December alma nga Adam Barrow bondi nga boni na manskunda. Presa yar ala